Yesterday, we were talking about how it is in Vegas this year. And well, that conversation went awry. But let's talk about betting and some of the prop bets that are around the Super Bowl. This is one of the most popular topics when we get to Super Bowl time. And it just feels a little bit heightened now that it's in Vegas, if you know what I mean.
It really is.
Wendy Gillette, CBS correspondent, here with us now to talk prop bets for the Super Bowl. Wendy, welcome to KFGO Radio.
Thank you, Amy and JJ. I'm happy to be there.
Okay, so no shortage of things that you can bet on ahead of this year's Super Bowl. Tell us about some of the fun things that they're betting on this year.
Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun. So first off, for all the non-betting types, prop bets or proposition bets are unconventional wagers, sometimes related to the action on the field, like when a team scores first or who wins the coin toss. But oftentimes the bets have nothing to do at all with football, so you can bet even if you don't know anything about the game. This year, as you would imagine, there is plenty revolving around singer Taylor Swift, who, of course, we all know by now is dating Kansas City tight end Travis Kelce.
If you broke that news to anyone right now, I am shocked.
I mean, unless you're under a rock somewhere very far away from the U.S. Anyway, so on the site BetUS, some of the bets right now are how many times will Swift be shown on camera during the halftime show?
Oh,
Will the couple be Will the couple be in a commercial together? Will they be shown kissing after the game? And this one's really outlandish. Will they announce a pregnancy at the Super Bowl? I think that is a terrible bet, but the odds are probably also awful because the chances of that are, I think, pretty slim. Because she's on tour right now. She's not going to get pregnant.
People are a bunch of weirdos. Okay, what about the halftime show? I just mentioned Usher being at the halftime show. Any bets on the halftime show or what's going to go on with that? What are they most interested in?
A lot of bets also on Usher. What song he's going to perform first, who he's performing with, is he going to wear sunglasses, the number of songs in his set list, the number of backup dancers, basically like anything about it that you can bet on. And this one's funny, even the kind of shoes he's going to wear during his performance.
Interesting. Also, can we go back to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift? Just stay with me here for a minute. But are they I bet they are gonna be in a Super Bowl commercial together.
Well, it would be a great time to take advantage of all this attention that they have. They could certainly make a lot of money if they were in a commercial together right now.
I mean,
so I'm sure a lot of companies would pay up.
Taylor Swift is like the last person in this world that needs money right now. But it is brilliant. It would be a brilliant move for a company.
Wendy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious about this. Okay, so if you want to make a prop bet for the Super Bowl, I mean, do you have to go to some weird back alley and find some guy named like Flapjack Joe? Or are casinos taking these? I mean, can you walk into a sports book and there's somebody there at a legit gambling establishment taking these bets?
No, I don't think you could do them. I think it's all online, but you can do it through legitimate sites at this point. I don't think they have these bets. If you walked into, say, Caesars, I don't think they have, certainly not the range of these bets. I know they have coin toss, but I don't think they go into the level of some of these crazy prop bets. But on sites like BetMGM, which is their online site, that's where you can do it. Or BetUS, which is an offshore betting company. So it's not necessary, to go to the bar and say, hey, I need to place a bet with Jack.
Yeah. Oh, I got to get in real quick. I got to bet on the Gatorade color.
Yes.
I'm curious to know, too, prop bets seem to be like having a real moment the last couple of years. Like people seem to be getting really excited about this opportunity to bet on something other than who's going to win and who's got a point spread.
Yeah, there's bets, as you alluded to, the color of Gatorade, word on the winning coach, bets about the length of Reba McEntire's version of the national anthem and even the commercials. Obviously, some of these bets are really silly, but sportsbooks say they are very popular and thus make a lot of money for them. And I think they're popular with people because they're fun. You could do them with your friends, and you don't have to love the game of football or know anything about football to decide whether the halftime show is going to be 20 minutes or 15 minutes. Or, anyone can put an educated guess into some of these. Well, I don't know about educated. Some of these are not exactly educated guesses. But.
I love it. I'm so excited. I mean, this is the reason why Super Bowl commercials got so popular, sort of the same reason why prop bets are getting popular, because it just gets everybody else around football involved in the action a little bit. So if you're not there for the game, you can be there for something else, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think what Taylor Swift has done is bring people to the game who weren't really interested in it before. She's done a huge service, really, for the NFL to get people tuning in who otherwise probably would not. And I have to say, I was a big fan when you asked me if I could do this story today, because I'm going to be in Vegas covering the Super Bowl for CBS. So,
oh my gosh, how exciting! Okay, so from a journalist perspective, from a correspondent perspective, when does your coverage start? Because I know when we had the Super Bowl in Minneapolis, I mean, they had events all around the Super Bowl like a week in advance. I mean, it was a whole thing.
Yeah, it does start a week before the game, the Monday before, and a lot of reporters are arriving on Monday. And you start to have accessibility with the players and the coaches and different events. I'm not actually getting there until Thursday, but there's a lot going on. I'm going to be running around like a little chicken because I've got credentialed to the NFL Honors Dinner on Thursday night. That's airing live on CBS. And that's when they're going to pick the best players of the season. And then there's parties and got a lot of credentials to a lot of different things. So I think it's going to be really fun. I think it's going to be exciting. I've never covered a Super Bowl before, so I'm definitely really, really excited for it. But especially it being in Vegas, it's going to be a little crazy. The amount of parties that are happening and just there's so much going on. All the hotels are having special events, and CBS is going to have a set outside Bellagio where they're doing all their shows, CBS, the morning show, and Drew Barrymore. And so there's just a lot going on. I know my feet are going to be killing me by Monday.
Yes, pack good shoes. Pack really good shoes and be walking in them like right now so you can get them ready. So, okay, when you get there, are you hoping for any particular interviews, or are you just covering it as a whole for CBS Radio?
Yeah, I'm just covering it as a whole.
Okay.
So no specific interviews. Yep. It would be great to talk to some NFL stars and players who are not in the Super Bowl about their predictions. I do have an interview set up with a sportsbook director about betting trends and what's going on with betting and just more if there are those strange bets, how many of them are available at the actual casino. And so, yeah, it's just going to be really fun, I think.
Is this the new Sphere, or what are they calling it? Is it just called the Sphere? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the Sphere.
Yeah.
It's called the Sphere. That's where U2 performs. No, that's at Venetian. And that has nothing to do with sports. It's just a concert venue.
They're going to do something.
They gotta. All the eyes are on the Sphere these days.
That's true. On the outside, they can put all kinds of designs, and I'm sure they'll do something.
So they just have a U2 residency? They're not doing anything else?
Oh, no, they do. They have. Okay. There are other events there. There are definitely other events there, but that's their main thing that they've been doing the last couple of months. But they can project anything on the outside, so sure, of course they're going to put something with the Super Bowl on the side of it, I'm sure.
I taught JJ the phrase WAGs yesterday, wives and girlfriends, because of course, like, it's really big right now. Like, WAGs are a big thing in the NFL, clearly because Taylor Swift is one of them. And so I really would like if you could get in on like a WAGs dinner or a WAGs party, because they're happening. They're making Get Ready With Me videos, Wendy. It's going down.
Yeah,
you have to get
on that. I'm going to be looking all over for my Swifties and seeing if they're at the game and seeing if I'm doing something called the NFL Experience, which is a fan interactive event. So if there's any Swifties running around, they're definitely going to be there. I'm also doing a story on football-themed spa specials for people who are there but don't necessarily care so much about the game but want to be a little part of it, want to go to the spa all day. So
That's
probably
awesome.
some girlfriends' wives will be partaking in these.
Wags are so going to be there. That's going to be Wag stop number 1.
I agree.
Wendy, I was chatting with some of my hospitality friends, and this is probably already on your radar, but they said, Las Vegas on paper seems like a really good choice for the Super Bowl, right? But Las Vegas already sees a ton of tourism during the Super Bowl, whether it's there or not. And so there was kind of the question of do they really need the Super Bowl? Clearly, they'll make a ton of money. If you're a casino, if you're a restaurant, if you're a hotel, you're going to make buku bucks. But they already expect to make that off of certain things. And so the question was, if you owned a hotel, are you we're jazzed because we can charge probably more every night, but did we absolutely need the Super Bowl to be here? And then I imagine, too, if you're a fan of the NFL in Las Vegas, you probably are overjoyed at this point.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are very excited to have it there because it is the betting capital of the U.S., and it's a new stadium, and it's become much more of a sports city in recent years. They are expecting 500,000 people in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, and they are charging a lot. They're charging, I think, 3 to 4 times normal rates. So
what?
even not the greatest casino, shall we say, like Circus, they're charging $300-$400. Now that's a hotel you can normally stay at for $50 during the week. It's very, very cheap. And if you're a gambler, you can stay there comps very easily. But places like the Bellagio, they're charging $1,000 a night and up. It's very pricey, and most of the big hotels are sold out. They're also having trouble with jet space. I don't know if you've heard that.
What?
But yeah, they've filled up on how many jets they can accept, and it's becoming sort of a problem because some multi-millionaire, billionaires didn't necessarily want to go to the game until their team was in, and the 49ers are in, and there's a lot of tech people, of course, who are supporters of San Francisco, and so now they're saying, oh, my client wants to bring in a jet, and they don't have the space. But rest assured, Taylor Swift has a space. Apparently the NFL booked her the space, so her jet is going to be just fine.
Smart. I like their moves. They're smart. They know where the money's at.
Yeah, that's right.
They do.
Right.
Wendy Gillette, we'll be excited to hear you. We'll hear you probably at the top of every hour for several days in a row talking Super Bowl. So we'll be excited to hear you on CBS News.
Yeah, and I'm going to do talkbacks next Friday and also Monday morning. So maybe
we'll call you.
Again.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
We'll call you next Friday. Thanks, Wendy.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.